Hey everybody, this is JD Hansel with a little update on what's going on with Muppet Hub, 11-point column updates, Puppet Rants, Muppet Youth, and all that stuff. I put this up on the YouTube channel, on MuppetHub.com, and in iTunes, so you should be able to listen to it in any of those places. So here's the deal. First of all, in iTunes, you'll see this as a part of 11-point collar with the name MHNF01. Which stands for Muppet Hub News Flash. The reason that the letter E appears before each episode of 11-point collar is to signify that it's a normal episode. I chose this because when you look up an episode of a television show, e.g. The Muppet Show, you would ordinarily look up episode 5 of season 1 as S1E5. Something like that. Since my show doesn't have seasons, I just use the letter E for episode, but the reason for this was I figured I would want to put other things in iTunes other than regular episodes, such as this newsflash, and I wanted it to be easy to tell the difference. So if this goes well, you may be seeing more Muppet Hub news flashes like this one, and maybe I'll start putting my Mupdates in iTunes as well as on YouTube, so let me know what you think about that. Now, secondly, there are a few reasons why I've been slow to put out more content lately. I did release a new Mupdate on April Fool's Day that was just a little joke to see if I could fool people into thinking that I didn't have any news to cover in the March recap. It actually did fool some people. If you haven't watched the April Fool's Day Mupdate, there will be a link in the description. But anyway, I made that one during my spring break when I thought I would have time to make the real March recap as well, but that didn't happen. I've actually been totally swamped with work from college that I have not been able to keep up with at all. So consequently, I haven't made too many episodes of 11-point collar, which has kind of become a once-a-month thing now. I haven't had time to write any articles for MuppetHub.com, and I haven't been able to make many videos because they are difficult to write and take forever to edit. This brings me to my third point, which is, I'm so sorry that I haven't been keeping up with everything, but that brings me to my fourth point. Here's what you can do to help. Send in your suggestions. Send in any ideas you have for new Puppet Rants videos. I'm sure there are lots of things that Muppet fans want to hear explained to non-Muppet fans in the form of a rant from a puppet, such as how the Muppets are not just for kids, for example. Any topics, sort of like the one I just mentioned, would be great, or anything else that comes to mind. If there's an article you'd like to write for Muppet Hub's article section, tell me about it. If I think it could work for Muppet Hub, and I probably will, I'll happily publish it. Please send in your articles. If there's a topic you want me to cover on 11-point collar, tell me about it. If you've got an idea for a whole episode of 11-point collar, tell me about it, or even write an outline of it yourself. If you want to script the whole episode because you have too much time on your hands, go for it. I'll put a link in the description that shows you what one of my scripts looks like so you know how to format it. I'll also put up a sample of what the scripts look like for my videos, because the videos are generally written about the same way, whether they're Puppet Rants or Mupdates, but they're not written the same way as the 11-point collar episodes. For the videos, I use a style of writing, recording, and editing that I came up with, which I call BGP synchronization, which means that I divide the script into sections that are each highlighted by a certain color, and then I record and edit the voice in such a way that it will work with the different color-coded sections when I record the video. I actually record 3 videos, and in each one I have the puppet lip-sync to a certain section of the script. Then I have to edit the 3 videos together in my annoying video software and sync it with the audio so it all comes out as one big video. So that's why the scripts to Mupdates and Puppet Rants look the way that they do, and that's why it takes me so long to make videos. Speaking of my videos, I am still working on the Mupdate recap of March. I will have it done soon, I just need time. This one is gonna be huge because a bazillion things happened in the Muppet world in March, so I'll get to producing that video soon, but in the meantime, there are some other places on the web where you can go for cool Muppet content or puppetry. I know that just a couple months ago, Muppet Stuff, the popular Facebook page, totally redid their website, and it's currently the best place I know of to find out about Muppet merchandise, and they've also got some Muppet news there as well. There's also a blog I found recently called Muppets Henson, with a hyphen in the middle, and I don't know how long they've been around, but they seem like they're a pretty good place for Muppet news that you might not know about. If you're looking for another place to find videos with puppetry, I know that Glove and Boots on YouTube have some very funny videos, and 5 Meets Entertainment is doing a puppet series that I found impressive and funny called Ask Pugginhead. I'll try to put links to both of them in the description. One of my favorite YouTube channels is AVBite, and they have a puppet builder that recently started her own puppetry channel called My Puppet Tree, and I think that's worth checking out as well, so I'll have a link to that. Also, you should already know about FrogFan76, because he's a very big Muppet fan, very well known. He sometimes uses a Kermit puppet in his videos. So if you know about another person who makes cool puppetry videos, or if you're doing so yourself, please let me know, and I'd be happy to mention them on the show or somewhere. If you're looking for another Muppet fan podcast, there is another one besides mine that is still in production. And to think, for a few months there I was the
only podcast dedicated to the work of Jim Henson and the Muppets.
But it's cool that there are more now, such as the Frog Kissin' podcast. Again, I'll put a link in the description so you can find them. And I just remembered I wanted to mention that in May I'm going to be going to the Beyond the Sock workshop, where I'm sure I'm going to meet a bunch of other Muppet fans, puppeteers, and even some Muppeteers. So I'm going to try and record something there for one of the Muppet Hub productions, but I don't know what. I might only write an article, I don't know yet. And I am planning on having another interview on my show. I haven't done an interview on 11 Point Collar in a very long time. It's been years. So that's what's coming up with 11 Point Collar. Okay, this turned out to be a lot longer than I thought it would be, and it took me a lot longer to edit than I thought it would. But now that you know what's going on here at Muppet Hub, I can say until next time, waka waka, wubba wubba, and weeba weeba.